British food quiz. So hopefully you guys at home did a bit better than us in the studio. But
Although Callan skink, that's interesting. What was the pig snout question?
it was actually a picture question.
Right. Oh well. Well, we will be talking about some bizarre foods you can be eating in Milton Keynes, because we've got a fantastic interview with Nikki from the Parks Trust, who is going to talk about the event Cooking with Wild Food, which is going on right as we speak in Howe Parkwood at the moment.
Oh, excellent.
So we're going to find out about all the strange foods that you could be eating there, and we'll be talking about the weirdest foods we've eaten right after this song, which is Strawberry Swing by Coldplay.
Yay.
So, it's a bit fun.
Welcome back to Lifestyle MK, and we're talking all about food. Now, we've asked you to tweet us to tell us about what your favourite food is, what the weirdest food you've eaten is, also what food means to you, and if you were having a dinner party, who would you invite and why? And we've got some tweets.
We do indeed, yes. First one is from a Ro Linton. So the strangest thing that Ro has tried was shredded beef with large black ants in Cambodia.
Wow. Oh my goodness. That sounds horrible, but...
Well, I despise ants, so I was okay up until the ant bit of that.
Shredded beef. Had that
Shredded beef's
before.
fine, yeah.
Very nice.
But yeah, she did actually say it was good and had a very rich flavour, so...
Oh, okay.
There is that.
Might try that next time. I wonder if they have them... You see, Cambodia and Thailand seem to be the big places for ants and insects and things, because we go to Malaysia quite a lot, but there isn't that sort of option there. It doesn't seem to be a delicacy. And I sort of think when you're going to eat something like that, you want it done well.
I think you'd need somebody who knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they'd need to be fairly sizable, which would have me running away from the table immediately.
I know what you mean. Yeah, so we eat with our eyes first, don't we, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very interesting, yeah.
But something to try.
Yeah, debatably. Well, we had also Ren Ball has answered a couple of our questions for us, so very good. So she's given us the first question was the strangest food. So she's tried emu pie, which I never know if I've pronounced that right, but it's one of those weird words.
Emu or emu. Yes. Well, if you want to tweet us in,
please let me know how to pronounce it. But she wasn't a fan of it. She said it was awful, very chewy and pretty tasteless, which is a bit of a shame, isn't it? If you're trying something new, you want to be able to taste it. You know, if you have beef, you want to taste the beef. You don't just want to have the texture, I guess. So.
And also, when you're trying something new at a restaurant, this is why I think a lot of people stick to their old favourites, is because if you're going to spend a lot of money, you know... Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I completely...
Don't want to not eat,
So, what food means to Ren? Food to her means fuel and energy, and it also means enjoyment, socialising, and filling boredom.
Same with most of
the
us.
Ben and Jerry's.
Right, well, we'll hear more from you later on. We're now going to be hearing from the community as to the weirdest foods people have eaten.
It's only really snow crab.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, these long leg things.
Yeah.
Snow crab, you know, which we had when we was on holiday once. And it was really lovely. And obviously, it's, you know, really low fat as well and everything. Yeah. But I think it was more the fun of trying to get the meat out. I didn't eat much of it because it took me ages. But it was good fun. I think I quite liked that. I like any sort of food that is, you know, fun in that way. I didn't want to go and catch it myself, but yeah, quite interested in that sort of thing.
I've eaten fuchsias and daylilies out of parks. I have passed permission when I was doing forages for people. I've done yew-berry jelly. The seeds are very poisonous, but the actual aril, which is the jelly-like part around it, is edible.
The strangest thing I ever ate was actually a dragon fruit, because I saw it in a shop and I thought, I don't know what that is, so I bought it and I had it, and it was a few years ago, and I seem to remember I didn't enjoy it, so maybe it needed to be cooked, I don't really know.
Dragon fruit is an interesting one. I actually really like it. It comes from Malaysia and we go there quite a lot. And it has to be very ripe. That's the problem with it. Otherwise, it can be the most sour thing ever. But as we were saying, there is a Cooking with Wild Food event going on right now in Howwood Park.
Yeah.
And we had the chance to speak to Nikki from the Parks Trust, and she's going to tell us all about the event and about the Parks Trust as well.
Yes, of course. We've actually asked a lady called Catherine to come along and help us with this event. What we try and do with all of our adult education is get people out into the parks and understanding a bit more about the Parks Trust. And of course, at this time of year, gathering food from the hedgerows is something that people can do, and we're quite sort of interested in getting people to understand a bit more about that. So, you know, sort of historically we all think scrumping is illegal. Well, it is if you go onto someone's land illegally, but obviously our parks are open to the public all the time. We have a lot of hedgerows, so we have things like blackberries that are seasonal at the moment, lots of other sort of soft fruits and things like that. We have hazelnuts that grow on our land.
Oh, wow.
We've also got a community orchard over at Woughton, which we try and encourage people to go to and take the apples home for their own use. So that's partly what this event's about, is sort of trying to build on work we've done over previous years of sort of foraging type events. And it's wonderful that we've got Catherine to support us, because, you know, this is something she does a lot, and she's sort of better placed to talk about the cooking side of it than maybe we would be. Well, we've done events in previous years. We used to run events down at the orchard, sort of have an apple day down there. And then last year we also had a guided walk that was sort of more about foraging. And we just thought, well, why don't we actually incorporate it into our programme of adult education for this coming year? Because we have lots of different sessions that we do throughout the year. Mm-hmm. And we just thought, we've never actually done a proper sort of day event on this topic before. So that's really where it sort of came from. We've got some photography courses coming up on the 7th of October. So again, one of my colleagues will be taking people around and sort of talking to them about the best ways to photograph landscape, because obviously in Milton Keynes we've got all this wonderful parkland and we want people to use them as much as possible.
Of course.
And then at Christmas time we have our Christmas wreath event. Mm-hmm. And that's coming up, and unfortunately one of the sessions on that day is in fact sold out, but the afternoon is still available, so they're getting quick, basically, I'd say, for that, and that's on the 12th of December. And then we have a series of talks as well, so we've got lots and lots of things going on for adults. I think very often it's finding out something completely different, you know, which we try and spark people's interest to thinking about the parks in maybe a slightly different way. Like, you know, actually wild food cookery, people probably think, oh yeah, you know, didn't really think about it, because we're all sort of so used to buying our fruit and veg from supermarkets. I mean, obviously some people do grow their own allotments and things, but I think we're very much detached from the way we traditionally used to get our food, which was just picking it from the hedgerows. Yeah. So, you know, it's sort of trying to instill that in people and say, you know, it's an okay thing to do, certainly in the parks in Milton Keynes. But we also have lots of sessions sort of during the spring and summer on identification of different wildlife. So it might be plants, it might be animals, so say butterflies or other insects, things like that. So people just think, yeah, I'm really interested in that. And they're very much done on a beginner sort of brilliant style, you know, so it's an introduction to whatever it might be, to give people a flavour, and then if they think, oh yeah, I really like that, they can always then look for other events that other organisations run as well that might be on a slightly higher level. But we're trying to just encourage people to come out and, you know, use the parks in different ways, and not just, obviously you can walk your dog and ride your bike and your horse or whatever through them, but, you know, look at them from a different point of view as well. Recently we've begun to have a new education centre built, Howe Park Wood, so one of those 3 ancient woodlands. And prior to that, all the education work that we did was in the parks. We've never really had a building that we could use. Mm-hmm. So this is marvellous now that we've got this space we can use. We can obviously have schools come out to us for a whole day. Yeah. The adult education we can run from there as well. So we're right by this wonderful ancient woodland that we could use as a teaching resource. So it's absolutely fantastic. Yeah. We just recently took over the Hanson Centre from the council, which we've now renamed Linford Lakes Nature Reserve. Mm-hmm. That's up in the north. That's up in Great Linford, up at on some lakes there. So we've got another wonderful centre that we can use sort of as a teaching resource as well. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if schools visit the website, then they'll see along the top we've got lots of different tabs, and one of which says education. Mm-hmm. So if they click on that, they can then go through. So schools will find there's a page for them. So scouting and guiding groups have a page as well. Mm-hmm. There's adult education information on there too. So people should be able to find what they're looking for, and then they'll come through to me, and we can obviously talk about what their needs are and get them booked in.
Bringing people and communities together on seclosounds.org.
Your listening station.
Hi, this is Lisa Lavelle. Join me for Lazy Sundays on Seclo Sounds. I've got music to soothe you, move you, and groove you. Sundays at 2 p.m. on Seclo Sounds.
Hi, I'm Jessica. Desi Vibes is Milton Keynes' exclusive Bollywood show on Secular Sound.